I woke up to the morning sky first, baby blue just like we rehearsed. When I get up off this ground, I put my leaves back to the brown, 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 till I'm free, yeah. Then I woke where I'd be shaded by the trees, by a meadow of green, for about a mile. I'm headed to town, 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 in style, with all my favorite colors, all my favorite colors, yes. My sisters and my brothers, seen them like no other, all my favorite colors. It's a good day, baby, a good day for me, a good day to see my favorite colors, yes. My sisters and my brothers, seen them like no other, all my favorite colors. Now take me to the other side, where little bitty bluebirds fly, in gray clouds of white walls of blue skies. We gonna fly, feel alright, yeah, and we go, yeah, they sound like the least I can say, I anticipate a homecoming parade as we renegade in the morning light, with all my favorite colors, yeah, all my favorite colors. My sisters and my brothers, seen them like no other, all my favorite colors. It's a song by the Black Pumas called Colors. I'm Johnny. And today is episode 5 of Tuesdays with Johnny. And I didn't play the theme song, I just came in with the Black Pumas right off the bat today. So I'm going to sing the theme now. Another Tuesday with Johnny has come round again. Well, sit down and listen, he's like an old friend. He's got songs and stories and poems and hymns. Yeah, sit down and listen, he's like an old friend. Or maybe he already is. He's got no way of knowing unless you leave him good comments. There we are. There's the theme song. Today's kind of a... Last week was a crappy week for me. Mentally, physically, all things. I cut my thumb and I couldn't play guitar. I'm kind of having to go really soft playing guitar tonight. And I didn't really plan much for this one. So I'm just going through my songbook and playing the songs that... I feel like playing, and I tend to play those songs better than the ones I don't feel like playing. So this one's a Jason Isbell song. If you've never heard of Jason Isbell, he is worth looking up. Great player from southeastern United States. And he's got lots of stuff on YouTube and so many bootleg albums, it's crazy. So check him out if you can. screwed it up.
Heart on the run, keeps a hand on the gun, can't trust anyone. But I was so sure what I needed was more, tried to shoot at the sun. In days when we raged, we flew off the page, such damage was done. But I made it through, 'cause somebody knew I was meant for someone. So girl, leave your boots by the bed, we ain't leaving this room till someone needs medical help or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Put your faith to the test when I tore off your dress in Richmond on high. But I sobered up and I swore off that stuff forever this time. And the old lover sang, I thought it'd be me who helped him get home. But home was a dream, one that I'd never seen till you came along. So girl, hang your dress up to dry, we ain't leaving this room till Percy Priest breaks open wide and the river runs through and carries this house all stones like a piece of driftwood. Cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Someone needs medical help, all the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. You cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. That was Cover Me Up by Jason Isbell. Very fine songwriter. Next song's also by a very fine songwriter.
We'll see how this one goes. I haven't played it in a long while. I think I might throw a capo on this. This is by a Canadian fella from Southern Ontario. His name is Fred Eaglesmith.
Well, it's always gotta work out for you, doesn't it? Everything's just got to be fine. You see your old boyfriends on the street, and they all say hello, and you're so sweet. But it ain't gonna be like that this time. 'Cause I'm crashing and I'm burning. I'm going down in flames, and I'm crashing and I'm burning, and you're watching me. You're just watching me. And you like to talk about honesty, like you just invented the word, till all your silly lies are left just spilling from your eyes. And I don't believe a single thing I've heard. Crashing and I'm burning. I'm going down in flames. I'm crashing and I'm burning. And you're watching me. You're just watching me. Don't tell me that you're sorry. Don't tell me that I'm wrong. Your favorite story. You've known it all along. I'm crashing and I'm burning. I'm going down in flames. Crashing and I'm burning. You're watching me. You're just watching me.
That was Crashin' and Burnin' by Fred Eaglesmith. This, I might try to play this song. This song's called Credit Crunch. It was written by my good old dear friend Jerome-Antoine Brunelle, and we used to play it in a band together in Montreal called the Strobes. And then we played in a band in Montreal called the Chanteclers. We've been in a few bands together. So I'm going to try to remember how to play this sucker, so it may be a work in progress.
Child, don't worry about the hearsay, cause I'm friends with the mob. Your banker is your pusher and you need a fix. So wait until you get a load of my bag of tricks. Just let me crunch your credit for you. All the $800 million, baby, that ain't enough. Just roll the dice now, baby, and I'll put up the stuff. I'll add an extra 50 for your set of wheels, even if the ones who pay aren't in on the deal. Just let me crunch your credit for you. Yeah, let me crunch your credit for you. Oh, you can say that everything gonna be okay, and at the end of the day, it's you they'll praise, and they'll say, hallelujah! The prophet is back, the prophet has returned, my Savior stock is up. I got me a load of liquidity, I got me a whole load of currency, a load of solvency. Oh, let me, hey, come on, let me, hey, come on, let me crunch your credit for you. If you ever need me, baby, I'll be around. You can find me in those shadows that'll crawl on the ground. I know you know that we all know, let's cut to the chase. It's way too late to hope that we could ever save face. Just let me crunch your credit for you. Let me crunch your credit for you. Crunch your credit for you.
Whew! That was a credit crunch written by Jerome-Antoine Brunelle. Used to be played by the Chanteclers in the good old days in Montreal. This one's another one with a little moving bass line. One of my own. I haven't played this one in years either, so bear with me.
Sweet little baby on the phone making me so high, and telling me you love me, telling me you'll never wave goodbye. Well, my baby's on the road, living on the thumbing train, yeah. And it's making me so happy just to know I'm gonna see my baby again. Oh, just to sing it, didn't do you didn't do you chocolate, and I have felt the rain on my face like a blessing, but it ain't the same as those kisses from my baby when she leaping off from that train. Yeah, they taste finer than a truffle, and they put me in a fuzzle, so I'm singing again. You got me singing. Now my baby's sweet as cupcakes with the icing spread upon her legs. And I like to lick it off her 'cause she makes a sound and she starts to pray. Oh God, she be yelling like the night of our wedding day. Yeah, riding 6 white cupcakes, we'll be coming round old Sugar Mountain again. Oh, just a singing.
That was called Cupcakes. I wrote it in the mid-2000s. Next song is called Dancin' on Bars. I actually wrote this one, after I wrote it, I was thinking of Fred Eaglesmith. And he'd be, sometimes I write songs that I just think another artist would do a way better job of it than I can. I got the songwriting skills, but I don't always have the charismatic personality, make everybody go crazy skills. And Fred Eaglesmith sure seems to have that. And I think he could knock this song out of the park if he wanted to. So Fred, if you're out there, give this one a shot. It's called Dancin' on Bars.
I first saw her on an ill-fated Friday drunk through the fog-thick smoke of my least favorite haunt. She was wearing some fancy French tray bell rub, and I know I'll never see her anymore. 'Cause boys don't fight at the end of the night, and bodies don't spill out the door, and no one is dancing on bars anymore. Well, she flashed her sweet smile, she batted her eyes, and every man thought she was his for the night. Then one man pushed one man, and two pushed four. A fist hit a chin, and bottles crashed to the floor. girl that pretty, she's always gonna cause troubles in a bar full of boys that always drink doubles. Well, push comes to shove, then shove comes to roundhouse. We used to get that all out, but now they got bouncers, and boys don't fight at the end of the night, and bodies don't spill out the door, and no one is dancing on bars anymore. Well, my face was bleeding and my guts were throbbing. A bottle nearly took out my eye. Then a whistle cut the air and she was dancing up there. An angel above in the barroom sky. A song from the 50s played on a jukebox while the colored lights played in her hair. And every man's fists fell by his side as he stared. Now boys don't fight at the end of the night, and bodies don't spill out the door. Dancing on bars anymore. No, boys don't fight at the end of the night, and bodies don't spill out the door, and no one is dancing on bars anymore.
That was called Dancin' on Bars. Written by yours truly. I might play one more, and I think I might come back, but I'll need to get a beverage because I'm getting a little parched. So I'll sing this one because it's fairly easy to sing and it won't hurt my throat any. It's called Do You Really Love Me?
Tell me, is it true, dear? Am I the one for you, dear? Do you really love me? Do you really love me? I will not deign to ask you. Just the one time should suffice. Do you really love me? Do you really love me? Would the third time be my charm to finally hold you in my arms? Or could you really love me? Could you really love me? For I have wasted many tears on strangled hopes and founded fears, but I never knew, my dear, if you really loved me, if you really loved And now 5 years have passed us by, building up a house of lies.
Kind of a sad one to go into a break on, but yeah, you know, c'est la vie. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I wish I had a little sign I could put up saying, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I guess I could leave it in the comments. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed that, keep on watching. And I'll be back in 2 minutes, like I said in the comments. Okay. So I lied. It was less than 2 minutes. I got myself a Sober Carpenter IPA. Pretty tasty non-alcoholic beer, if you're into non-alcoholic beer. I am, because I felt like a little bit of alcohol was okay, but a lot was, or more than a little bit, was causing me trouble. Mostly physical health wise. So I just decided it's Whitman time. I'm gonna just rip off some Whitman poetry here. I'll try to find one that's not too terribly long. Like I said, I didn't plan tonight at all, so let's go with France. The 18th year of these states, by Walt Whitman. A great year and place, a harsh, discordant, natal scream outsounding to touch the mother's heart closer than any yet. I walked the shores of my eastern sea, heard over the waves the little voice, saw the divine infant where she woke mournfully wailing amid the roar of cannon, curses, shouts, crash of falling buildings, was not so sick from the blood in the gutters running, nor from the single corpses, nor those in heaps, nor those borne away in the tumbrils, was not so desperate at the battles of death, was not so shocked at the repeated fusillades of the guns. Pale, silent, stern, what could I say to that long accrued retribution? Could I wish humanity different? Could I wish the people made of wood and stone? Or that there be no justice in destiny or time? O liberty, O mate for me, here too the blaze, the grape shot, and the axe in reserve to fetch them out in case of need. Here too, though long repressed, can never be destroyed. Here too could rise at last, murdering and ecstatic, here too demanding full arrears of vengeance. Hence I sign this salute over the sea. And I do not deny that terrible red birth and baptism, but remember the little voice that I heard wailing, and wait with perfect trust, no matter how long. And from today, sad and cogent, I maintain the bequeathed cause, as for all lands, and I send these words to Paris with my love, and I guess some chansonnier there will understand them, for I guess there is latent music yet in France, floods of it. Oh, I hear already the bustle of instruments. They will soon be drowning all that would interrupt them. Oh, I think the east wind brings a triumphal and free march. It reaches hither, it swells me to joyful madness. I will run transposed in words to justify it. I will yet sing a song for you, ma femme. 1860. That poem's nice. Goes kind of from quite dark, rivers of blood and whatnot, to a pretty happy ending. If you couldn't tell, that was a support of revolution, support of independence in the Republic. That was Whitman, of course, was a big fan of independence. This is another song by a Canadian. I like to learn as many songs by Canadians as I can. This one came to me by way of Gern F. Velchik in Montreal. And the author of it is Ryan Shearing. It's called Don't Leave Your Jacket.
Quietly you close the door. There's a breeze that makes you shiver, but it's not like you've kept from shivering before. Suddenly you're on the floor, shaking off the dust and dirt. It's not like you ever really knew the score. Headlights through the trees, just driving slow enough not to offend. A letter that you couldn't send reminds you that you've lost yourself, and soon you will be losing all your friends. Son, don't leave your jacket by the well. Leave her up tight to yourself, and soon we'll hide our school books in the hay. 'Cause we ain't learning nothing else today. Guilty hands, they start to shake. Just hide them in your pocket like that locket that she crying wouldn't take. And in the town it's getting late. She'll keep it open for an hour, though she knows you won't be coming by this late. If only you could hold her tight. There's a voice inside to tell you that you don't deserve the chance to make it right. So pray to God you sleep tonight, 'cause dreaming is the only thing that keeps it all from falling out of sight. So son, don't leave your jacket by the
tied to yourself, and soon we'll hide our school books in the hay. 'Cause we ain't learning nothing else today. Son, don't leave your jacket by the well. Leave her up tight to your belt, and soon we'll hide our school books in the hay. We ain't learning nothing else today. That was Don't Leave Your Jacket by Ryan Shearing. Another sip of the ale. This next one is called Don't the Dawn Burn. Wrote it a while ago. Don't the smart boys get out of time? And aren't the old boys the ones who stay? Don't they sit at their stools talking about the ones who got away? Don't they sit at the bar and drown? And don't the dawn burn with the day? Don't the dawn burn with the day? The smart boys see more than a gig at a garage. Yeah, the smart boys see tomorrow is in the city. Yeah, they go to their classes and they save up all of their money. They believe in the mirage. And don't the dawn with the day.
down, down. Above with the day. I was a smart boy till you took me down to the Legion. And you showed me how the old boys could play. Strumming their guitars like it gave them more than religion. Did you leave me there? 'Cause you knew that I'd write this someday. And down That was called Don't the Dawn Burn. I wrote that many a year ago. You might recognize this next one, and normally I would play this one in the traditional finger-picking style, but I'm going to have to do something different with it tonight, because my thumb may be healed, but I can't do finger-picking. It's still got a healing gash in it, so... this one's by the famous Robert Zimmerman, otherwise known as Bob Dylan. Well, it ain't no use sit and wonder why, baby. Even you don't know by now. It ain't no use to sit and wonder why, baby. It don't matter anyhow. when your rooster crows at the break of dawn. Look out your window, baby, I'll be gone. You're the reason that I'm traveling on. But don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use turning on your light, baby. That light I never know, and it ain't no use turning on your light, baby. I'm on the dark side of the road, and I wish there was something that you could do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. But we never did too much talking anyway. But don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use calling out my name, baby, like you never done before. And it ain't no use calling out my name, girl. I can't hear you anymore. Walking down the road, I once loved a woman, a child so, but she wanted my heart, give her my soul. But don't think twice, it's alright. Well, I'm walking down that long, lonesome road, babe, where I'm bound, I can't tell, but goodbye is too good a word, babe. So I'll just say, fare thee well. Saying you treated me unkind, you could have done better, but I don't mind. You just kinda wasted all my precious time, but don't think twice, it's alright. Don't Think Twice, It's Alright by
Bob Dylan. Perk it up a bit here. This is a song by Andre Kirchoff, Montreal songwriter, guitar player, singer, part of a band called Jimmyriggers.
Come down from the 21st floor, I was kicked out the door, but I'd have gladly walked through. World's got me on a string with nothing left to believe in that hasn't already let me down. Cause I'm trying to prove a theory, however no. If there's nothing to do, there's nothing that needs to be done. Street dealers and dropouts, don't stand on dirty life. If my feet will take me, I'll find a new place to walk. You don't see me in a crowd, you don't turn around. You walk forward with a 1,000-yard stare. Oh, sweet Annie, you let your face grow long. What was once your song, you left trampled in the pavement. Cause I'm trying to prove a theory, however no. If there's nothing to do, there's nothing that needs to be done. Street dealers and dropouts, they'll stand on dirty block. If my feet will take me, I'll find a new place to walk. So I walk the line just to kill in time with the devil in the details. Passing by a dozen outstretched hands, a dozen well-laid plans that have all come to naught. Cause I'm trying to prove a theory, however no. If there's nothing to do, there's nothing that needs to be done. Street dealers and dropouts, though I stand on dirty block. If my feet will take me, I'll find a new place to walk. If my feet will take me, I'll find a new place to walk. If my feet will take me, I'll find a new place to walk.
That was Dropout Theory by Andre Kirchoff. From Montreal. Montreal. I'm going to play a Rolling Stones song. Shh. Don't want to get caught by the people who sue you. This is not I haven't heard this song covered by anyone else. I just picked it up because I like the really weird lyrics. It's called Factory Girl.
Girl who's got colors in her head. I'm waiting for a girl and she no money anywhere. But we got buses everywhere, just waiting on that factory girl. I'm waiting for a girl and her knees are much too fat. I'm waiting for a girl who wears scarves instead of hats. Her zippers broke all down her back. I'm waiting on that factory girl. Fights. I'm waiting for a girl and we'll get drunk on Friday nights. Oh, she's a sight for soulful eyes. I'm waiting on that factory girl. Well, I'm waiting for a girl
out who's got stains all down her dress. I'm waiting for a girl and my feet are getting wet, but she ain't come out yet. I'm still waiting on that factory girl. No, she ain't come out yet. So I'm still waiting on that factory girl. Whew. That was Factory Girl by the Rolling Stones. This next song I wrote in high school. It's called Fake Tan Girl. Fake tan girl, is it your fake on the inside too? And is it possible that I love you, though I know you've never been to Bermuda? Fake tan girl, your chest is copper but your breasts are pearls, all firm and glossy like those cover girls. They make me dream about the oyster world. Ooh, I got some money, oh won't you come with me to a place where tans will always be true? Fake tan girl, did you think that I couldn't tell? Did you think that I was a fool to think that you could naturally just get darker and darker and darker? She's not a white girl no more, but I really dig her. Not a white girl no more, I could take her to Jamaica. Not a white girl no more, oh girl, that tan can be true. La 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 ooh, la 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 ooh. Fake tan girl. That song was called Fake Tan Girl. I wrote it in high school. I don't know how many of you remember the 90s at this point. It was a while ago. But in the 90s, this woman came out with a pretty solid record, which was, I think, ahead of its time. It kind of caught that new Americana sound before a lot of people caught it. Or maybe she was the first one to do it in a pop kind of way. So you may recognize this. The tune is called Greenville. See you again, shake your hand. You don't really like me, you're not my friend. Oh, you're not my friend. No, you're not my friend. Go back to Greenville, just go on back to Greenville. You scream and shout, and you make a scene. When you open your mouth, you never say what you mean. I say what you mean. I say what you mean. Go back to Greenville, just go on back to Greenville.
drink hard liquor and you come on strong. You lose your temper if someone looks at you wrong. Oh, looks at you wrong. Oh, looks at you wrong. Go back to Greenville. Just go on back to Greenville. You stay out all night, playing in your band, looking for a fight with a guitar in your hand, a guitar in your hand. Oh, a guitar in your hand. Go back to Greenville. Just go on back to Greenville. Your empty bottles and broken glass, busted down doors and borrowed cash. You're just borrowed cash. Ah, you're just borrowed cash. Go back to Greenville. Just go on back to Greenville. If you're looking for someone who will save you, looking for someone who will rave about you, rave about you. Go back to Greenville. Just go on back to Greenville. Go back to Greenville. Just go on back to Greenville. That was Greenville by Lucinda Williams. Those of you who remember the Car Wheels and a Gravel Road album, that was a good one. This next song was popularized by the band on their album Music from Big Pink. I sang it, I think, on maybe episode 1. And my friend Jordan, who I read one of his stories, he said he was really happy to close or to have Rick Danko open for him. That's pretty cool. cold dark night, there was someone killed neath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, though they all did agree that the man who ran looked a lot like me. George said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you don't have to die. But I spoke not a word, though it meant my life, for I'd been in the arms of another man's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The scaffold was high and eternity near. She stood in the crowd, she shed not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold wind moans in a long black veil, she cries over my bones. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me.
That was Long Black Veil, which the band did on the music for Big Pink album. It's written by Mary John Wilkin and Danny Dill. Very fine song. We play an original now. It's called Lost in Manitoba.
I was lost in Manitoba on a bender that I couldn't see the end of. I had woke up on a bus after 13 shots of rye, and I threw up on the window and got kicked off. face. Headlights were flashing by my head. I heard an engine, and I heard footsteps, and your voice saying, Jesus, buddy, you're having a rough night. Let's get you somewhere warm where you can get it right. And I felt your arms around me, could barely hold my weight, and the rest is just beautiful darkness. I woke up to the smell of bacon cooking in the distance, and it nearly made me sick, but I managed. I was covered in a blanket that looked like Grandma macramated in the 1970s, when style was just beige and brown and orange. And I spied a bucket by the bed, and I sighed with relief that it was empty. And I groaned, and I heard a laugh then from your voice, saying, Jesus, buddy, you had yourself a rough night. And lucky for you, I'm just the kind of guy who will help a sad sight. And I felt your hands in my hair, could heal the sick and blind, and the rest is just beautiful dreaming. I'm still lost in Manitoba, doing labor with my hands that I've no skill for. And I haven't touched a drink in almost 1 year since I got here. And I don't take that for granted, because I can't. And the sun, it shines down on my head. I could just as easily be dead, but I'm not. And I have you to thank for that, and your voice saying, Jesus, buddy, you're having a rough night. Let's get you somewhere warm where you can get it right. And when I feel your arms around me, holding me tight. The rest is just beautiful dreaming. And when I feel your arms around me, holding me tight, the rest is just beautiful dream. That song's called Lost in Manitoba. I wrote that last year, I think. Not too long ago. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. Eventually I'll be reading a bedtime story. Last week I started reading Alice in Wonderland, so I'm going to continue that this week. As long as my voice holds out, I'm just going to keep playing because I'm enjoying it. I haven't played in a week and a half because of a thumb injury. I was slicing some vegetables with a mandolin. A mandolin. I sliced my thumb with a mandolin. Not the instrument, the cutting implement that is very sharp. And that was with the thumb protector, or the finger protector. I was going along and I slipped, and my thumb got under there and just... That's the sound it makes when you lose part of your thumb, by the way. It goes... It's not unlike a chicken. All right. This song is called Missed the Fireworks. It's another original tune. And drink more. There's an idea, Angie. Okay. It's called Missed the Fireworks. I wrote that this year. This year. So far it's been everything I expected. Nobody's got the guts to say a goddamn thing. Guess it wasn't good of me to expect more though. It's not like I'm in any position to judge. My father picked me up, he had the same look on his face that he's been giving me for almost 30 years. It's the one that says, son, how many days or weeks or months are gonna be before we're right here where we stand? How long's it gonna be before you fuck up again? But I keep my mouth shut, and I try to do the things to make it right. And I open my heart wide, and I hope the ones I love will come inside. Yeah, I hope the ones I love will come inside. Got a job working at the grocery, and the manager's always watching me. What he thinks I'm gonna do with the produce, I don't have a clue, but I keep my quiet and do my thing. Collect my checks every couple of weeks. Mrs. Garfield lets me board in her basement. Says she's known men who are far worse than I. Says she believes in a world of second chances. And more than that, she believed my alibi. More than that, she believed my alibi. So I keep my mouth shut, and I try to do the things to make it right. And I open my heart wide, and I hope the ones I love come inside. Yeah, I hope the ones I love come inside. I went to the Midway on the 4th of July for the music, cotton candy, and the fireworks, and a taste of that innocence that I held as a child before the whole damn thing came crumbling down. The whole damn thing came crumbling down. Mother took her child by the shoulder, leaned down and held him by the hand. She said, "Stay away from that man, do you hear me, son?" I said, "Stay away from that man." I finished my cotton candy and I left. Missed the fireworks. That song is called Missed the Fireworks. I think I have one more in me, so I'm going to play a song by my friend Scott Cook. Scott Cook's in a new band called The Indorables. Check them out. They're on Facebook, their streams. They put on a pretty entertaining live show. Scott Cook and I may be teaming up on a non-alcoholic beer blog. We both have to get our butts in gear, but could happen. So this is called Learning to Let Go by Scott Cook. They're all done sweeping, and the chairs are stacked for going. And while there's drink left in our cup, here's to when they were overflowing. And oh, the good times gone, and the earth to tarry on. But I'm hungry for the starlight, happy on the neon glow. And that's how I'm learning to let go. good friends, haven't we had some times? And wish they could linger. Ah, but don't they feel sublime as they roll right through your fingers like the last golden dregs of day, or the love that you can't make stay, and no amount of wanting will ever make it so. And that's how I'm learning to let go. The sights that filled my eyes, all the wild lands I've wandered, and all the sweetest things I've tried, all the sweet time I've squandered, all the love, the closest ones, and the should haves, and the might have dones will be scattered like our money, like our good friends laid low. And that's how I'm learning to let go. Well, I've seen my big ideas come and go. I've seen my father in the mirror, and I'm fading into everyone I know, while the young ones come in clearer. May their hearts be wild and true. May they find comrades like you, and the good seeds that we planted, may they live to see them grow. And that's how I'm learning to let go. Well, I've heard about a land beyond the sky, where the righteous go in the end, but I don't know how I'd rest there by and by without all my wicked friends. As the land, it calls to me. Someday she'll take all of me and feed me to the flowers that lie dreaming 'neath the snow. That's how I'm learning to let go. That was Learning to Let Go by Scott Cook.
If you don't know Scott's music, I suggest you get acquainted with it. He's been around a long time. He and I met in 2005 at Fred Eaglesmith's Southern Picnic in Ontario. And been pals ever since, just crossing each other's paths here and there and catching up on whatever was going on in each other's lives. All right. So I've been on for an hour and a half, and the battery on my computer is about to die. So I'm going to finish this up with Chapter 2 in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Little bedtime story here. So we left off after Chapter 1, and Alice had fallen down a rabbit hole. And now we're on Chapter 2. Oh no, wait, we're on Chapter 3. I read Chapter 2 last week, so we'll do Chapter 3. A caucus race and a long tail. Chapter 3. A caucus race and a long tail. They were indeed a queer-looking party that assembled on the bank. The birds with draggled feathers, the animals with their fur clinging close to them, and all dripping wet, cross and uncomfortable. The first question, of course, was how to get dry again. They had a consultation about this, and after a few minutes it seemed quite natural to Alice to find herself taking familiarly with them, as if she had known them all her life. Indeed, she had quite a long argument with the lorry, who at last turned sulky, and would only say, "I am older than you, and must know better." And this Alice would not allow without knowing how old it was, and as the lorry positively refused to tell its age, there was no more to be said. At last the mouse, who seemed to be a person of authority among them, called out, "Sit down, all of you, and listen to me. I'll soon make you dry enough." They all sat down at once, in a large ring, with the mouse in the middle. Alice kept her eyes anxiously fixed on it, for she felt sure she would catch a bad cold if she did not get dry very soon. "Ahem!" said the mouse, with an important air. "Are you all ready? This is the driest thing I know. Silence all around, if you please. William the Conqueror, whose cause was favoured by the Pope, was soon submitted to by the English, who wanted leaders and had been of late much accustomed to usurpation and conquest. Edwin and Morcar, the Earls of Mercia and Northumbria—" "Oh!" said the lorry, with a shiver. "I beg your pardon," said the mouse, frowning, but very politely. "Did you speak?" "Oh, not I," said the lorry, hastily. "I thought you did," said the mouse. "I proceed. Edwin the Morcar, the Earls of Mercia and Northumbria, declared for him, and even Stigand, the patriotic Archbishop of Canterbury, found it advisable—" "Found what?" said the duck. "Found it," the mouse replied, rather crossly. "Of course you know what it means." "I know what it means well enough. When I find a thing," said the duck, "it's generally a frog or a worm. The question is, what did the Archbishop find?" The mouse did not notice this question, but hurriedly went on. "Found it advisable to go with Edgar Etheling to meet William, and offer him the crown. William's conduct at first was moderate, but the insolence of his Normans— How are you getting on now, my dear?" It continued, turning to Alice as it spoke. "As wet as ever," said Alice in a melancholy tone. "It doesn't seem to dry me at all." "In that case," said the dodo solemnly, rising to its feet, "I move that the meeting adjourn for the immediate adoption of more energetic remedies." "Speak English," said the eaglet. "I don't know the meaning of half those long words, and what's more, I don't believe you do either." And the eaglet bent down its head to hide a smile. Some of the other birds tittered audibly. "What I was going to say," said the dodo in an offended tone, "was that the best thing to get us dry would be a caucus race." "What is a caucus race?" asked Alice. Not that she wanted much to know, but the dodo had paused as if it thought that somebody ought to speak, and no one else seemed inclined to say anything.
"Why," said the dodo, "the best way to explain it is to do it."
And, as you might like to try the thing yourself some winter day, I will tell you how the dodo managed it. First it marked out a race course, in a sort of circle.
"The exact shape doesn't matter," it said.
And then all the party were placed along the course, here and there. There was no 1, 2, 3 and away, but they began running when they liked, and left off when they liked, so that it was not easy to know when the race was over. However, when they had been running a half hour or so, and were quite dry again, the dodo suddenly called out,
"The race is over."
And they all crowded round it, panting and asking, "But who has won?" This question the dodo could not answer, without a great deal of thought, and it sat for a long time with one finger pressed upon its forehead, the position in which you usually see Shakespeare in the pictures of him, while the rest waited in silence. At last the dodo said,
"Everybody has one, and all must have prizes."
"But who is to give the prizes?" quite a chorus of voices asked.
"Why, she, of course," said the dodo,
pointing to Alice with one finger, and the whole party at once crowded round her, calling out in a confused way, "Prizes! Prizes! Prizes!" Well, Alice had no idea what to do, and in despair she put her hand in her pocket and pulled out a box of comfits. Luckily the salt water had not got into it, and handed them round as prizes. There was exactly one piece all round. "But she must have a prize herself, you know," said the mouse.
"Of course," the dodo replied very gravely. "What else have you got in your pocket?"
he went on, turning to Alice. "Only a thimble," said Alice sadly.
"Hand it over here," said the dodo.
Then they all crowded round her once more, while the dodo solemnly presented the thimble, saying,
"We beg your acceptance of this elegant thimble."
And when it had finished this short speech, they all cheered. Alice thought the whole thing very absurd, but they all looked so grave that she did not dare to laugh, and, as she could not think of anything to say, she simply bowed and took the thimble, looking as solemn as she could. The next thing was to eat the comfits. This caused some noise and confusion, as the large birds complained that they could not taste theirs, and the small ones choked and had to be patted on the back. However, it was over at last, and they sat down in a ring and begged the mouse to tell them something more. "You promised to tell me your history, you know," said Alice, and why it is you hate C and D," she added in a whisper, half afraid that it would be offended again. "Oh, mine is a long and sad tale," said the mouse, turning to Alice and sighing. "Oh, it is a long tale, certainly," said Alice, looking down with wonder at the mouse's tail. "But why do you call it sad?" And she kept on puzzling about it while the mouse was speaking, so that her idea of the tale was something like this. "Fury said to a mouse that he met in the house, 'Let us both go to law. I will prosecute you. Come, I'll take no denial. We must have a trial, for really this morning I've nothing to do.' Said the mouse to the cur, 'Such a trial, dear sir, with no jury or judge, would be wasting our breath. I'll judge, I'll be jury,' said cunning old Fury. 'I'll try the whole cause and condemn you to death.'" "You are not attending," said the mouse to Alice severely. "What are you thinking of?" "I beg your pardon," said Alice very humbly. "You had got to the fifth bend, I think?" "I had not," cried the mouse, sharply and very angrily. "A knot," said Alice, always ready to make herself useful, and looking anxiously about her. "Oh, do let me help undo it." "I shall do nothing of the sort," said the mouse, getting up and walking away. "You insult me by talking such nonsense." "But I didn't mean it," pleaded poor Alice. "But you're so easily offended, you know." The mouse only growled in reply. "Please come back and finish your story," Alice called after it, and all the others joined in the chorus. "Yes, please do." But the mouse only shook its head impatiently and walked a little quicker. "Oh, what a pity it wouldn't stay," sighed the lory, as soon as it was quite out of sight, and an old crab took the opportunity of saying to her daughter,
"Ah, my dear, let this be a lesson to you, never to lose your temper."
"Hold your tongue, Ma,"
said the young crab, a little snappishly.
"You're enough to try the patience of an oyster."
"I wish I had our Dinah here now, I knew I do," said Alice aloud, addressing nobody in particular. "She'd soon fetch it back." "And who is Dinah, if I might venture to ask the question?" said the Lory. Alice replied eagerly, for she was always ready to talk about her pet. "Well, Dinah's our cat, and she's such a capital one for catching mice, you can't think. And now, I wish you could see her after the birds. Why, she'll eat a little bird as soon as look at it." This speech caused a remarkable sensation among the party. Some of the birds hurried off at once. One old magpie began wrapping itself up very carefully, remarking, "I really must be getting home. The night air doesn't suit my throat." And a canary called out in a trembling voice to its children, "Come away, my dears. It's high time you were all in bed." On various pretexts, they all moved off, and Alice was soon left alone. "Oh, I wish I hadn't mentioned Dinah," she said to herself in a melancholy tone. "Nobody seems to like her down here, and I'm sure she's the best cat in the world. Oh, my dear Dinah, I wonder if I shall ever see you any more." And here poor Alice began to cry again, for she felt very lonely and low-spirited. In a little while, however, she again heard a little pattering of footsteps in the distance, and she looked up eagerly, half hoping that the mouse had changed its mind and was coming back to finish his story. Next time on Tuesdays with Johnny, we'll read Chapter 4, The Rabbit Sends in a Little Bill. For now, that's all. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful Tuesday night. Sleep well, everyone. Au revoir.